And it's time for Skyhawk Minute, presented by Fort Lewis College Athletics, right here on Durango's hit music station, 99X. I'm Wally D, and with us, the sophomore guard from Fort Lewis women's basketball is Lanae Billy. Lanae, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
You're awful quiet today.
Yeah.
Well, let's start off and let's talk a little bit. This last weekend, you guys, of course, played two games Friday and Saturday, and you were at home, and you had a standout game Friday night, 28 points against Chadron. Can you share your thoughts on that performance?
Yeah, so I didn't really shoot a lot of layups. I was mostly on the outside, just shooting the ball. Most of my teammates were just passing it to me on the outside, so I didn't really have to do much. But yeah, I was just letting it fly. So
And looking back at your career, you've achieved a career high of 29 points last year against Chadron. How did that moment feel?
oh, it was great. I think last year was different because we were at Shadron. It was a much closer game, but it was the same feel. Like I shot a lot of threes as well that last game, I feel like. So yeah.
And as a sophomore guard, how do you feel your role has evolved within the team at Fort Lewis College?
Um, I feel like I'm more of the point guard this year, like handling the ball way more. I feel like last year I did that, but this year I feel like they're relying on me more to just handle the ball and I guess um
And you're a sophomore, you have a couple of seniors, you guys actually have a pretty young team. But how does it feel to be as a sophomore? And I think you kind of experienced this in high school, but you're the team leader. You're one of the team leaders. Talk about what that role has been for you.
yeah, more of um I'm not vocal leader, but I show it by on the court. I feel like just leading them in that way and yeah.
And of course, in mentioning the point leader, 276 points on the season. You're the leading scorer. How do you contribute to team's overall strategy and success?
As the point guard, I feel like just to distribute the ball is the main goal, but my teammates do a really good job of giving me the ball as well. So just like that back and forth action with them.
Right. And of course, Saturday night, you guys played Colorado Christian, and that was a really close game. The final score is 70-64. How do you and your team approach challenging matchups like that?
I feel like we talked about this during the game, just trusting each other and just like being there for each other during the game, especially when it's close like that. I feel like just talking to them during the game helps a lot. And yeah, just working well with them together.
Yeah, and as you look at your season, pretty much halfway through this season, what have you been focusing on for improvement for the rest of the season?
So I feel like just going to the basket more and distributing the ball better. I feel like because obviously I can shoot a three, but like being more versatile in the aspect.
Right, and in that game, it was a big team effort. You had 17 points, but you also had four other players on your team that had double digits, and I believe you had one that had a double double. So it was really a team effort Saturday night.
Yeah, I feel like just whenever they are focusing on me, that's when it opens up the lanes for the other girls on the team, and that's how they get their points as well. So yeah.
And of course, this weekend's going to be a big weekend for you guys. You guys go on the road. You're going to take on Colorado Mesa University. And how much do you know about this team, and how much do you prepare to get ready for this team?
I know they have a good post. Olivia Reed, yeah, she was a freshman of the year.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they're overall a good team. I feel like we just need to play our game and we'll be fine.
I mentioned it's going to be a tough challenge. They're 8-0 at home, and I don't know if you knew that, but they're also the the Fort Lewis women have a 10-game losing streak. What do you got to do and help inspire your team to knock off a big team this weekend?
Yeah, it's a really hard place to play at, but I feel like if we just stick together and focus on us, I feel like we'll be fine.
And, looking at your achievements so far, what do you consider one of the biggest highlights, since you've been there a year and a half?
I feel like scoring, obviously, but I feel like I really improved on defense. So, like steals, I feel like is what I'm really happy about. Yeah.
All right. And being a student athlete, we know that can be challenging. How do you manage to balance between academics and your commitment to the basketball team?
Yeah, it's really hard sometimes, but I feel like the coaching staff helps a lot with that. And yeah, just managing time. I feel like it's really
Definitely so. Well, it's good to know that you have help there and everything. And then one of the last questions that I'll ask you is, I know you're getting ready, you guys are getting ready to go this weekend, but do you have any pregame rituals that maybe you did in high school that you still do in college?
yeah. So before each game, I go out on the court and just like get a feel, I guess, and then I usually visualize and think about what I'm gonna do good before the game. And yeah, that's mostly just what I do, just visualize and think good thoughts. Yeah.
All right. Well, awesome. Thank you for your time. Good luck. I know the Four Corners is rooting for you since you're from the Four Corners area, and that's got to be special to be able to be still in your home area and go to college.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good luck this weekend. And as I said, we'll all be rooting for you.
Thank you.
Lanae Billy, the point guard for Fort Lewis Women's College. And this has been Skyhawk Minute presented by Fort Lewis Athletics right here on Durango's hit music station, 99X.